What's good, YouTube? This is Aquarius of Leviathan Prophecy, and I was watching First Take again today, and they're really pushing my buttons with this Patrick Mahomes shit, man. Like, like I can only take so much, of listening to Patrick Mahomes all day, every day. Like, I get it, the dude. Whatever you want to say about him, he delivered. He delivered for the championship. He was down by double digits in two of those playoff games, and he came back. You know, if the defense on the other side of the ball played a little bit with, tenacity or just a little bit of effort, I think the Kansas City Chiefs would have been home. Especially that Texans game. That Texans game when they were up like 21-0, on the road. That really sunk in. Like, okay, okay, this Texans team is for real. You know what I'm saying? But no, they slowly creep back up. You know what I'm saying? And then they obviously got back into the game, which is weird. But I'm not taking away no credit from this Chiefs team. They did what they had to do to come back. Whether it was up by double digits or 2 points possession, whatever, they did what they had to do to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was playing Madden in there, I was in that same predicament, I would have done the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Come back from behind. That's what you have to do in order to keep your, Super Bowl hopes alive. But, this notion that they want to compare, you know, like they want to compare Patrick Mahomes to Michael Jordan, or they want to quickly, slide him into the Hall of Fame, like off of like 2 seasons. Like, it's, it's just getting ridiculous. This is what happens when you lose touch of what you're supposed to be talking about. Because let's face it, the NFL is watered down, If you looked at the NFL from 2007, it was different. From 2009, it was different. 8, it was different. 6, it was different. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it was different. And still, until they started adding rules that didn't necessarily need to be added. It went from the old college, tippy toe, one. And actually, it went from the college ways where you only had to put 1 feet in bound, or you just had to keep 1 feet in bounds while you going out of bounds to make the touchdown. Now you have to catch the ball and do all this other crazy junk that doesn't necessarily have to do with football. You know what I'm saying? They take them just like I can sit here and say all the rules that they took out and all the rules that they put in. We would be sitting here forever. So I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just gonna say that it's stupid to compare basketball to football, two totally different sports. Patrick Mahomes does not control the defense of side. So if Patrick Mahomes does what he does and then score, guess what? The defense has to stop the opposing offense. Now, what if that offense is like probably like second in points? You know what I'm saying? Like, their defense is not really that good. The Chiefs' defense is not really that good if you really think about it. Because those two playoff games, why would you let two of those opposing teams score 20 unanswered points on you? And now you just want to flip it up and, by halftime, you just adjust, you play totally different. Great defenses do not allow that. You look at that Baltimore Ravens team, they had not allowed nobody to score 20 punts or answered on them the whole entire season. That's why I say defenses now in the NFL is washed up. You know, like people want to come out with their predictions about, not predictions, but they want to come out with a rap sheet on who's the best defense in the NFL. It's not the Patriots. It's not the 49ers. Because when you think about defenses, you think about the Legion of Boom. You think about one hit wonders like the Giants in '07. You know what I'm saying? You think about, even I'll go even further back. You think about, the Bears, you know what I'm saying? With Michael Singletary, you think about, the 49ers defense, the Giants defense in the 90s with Lawrence Taylor. Those are legendary defenses. Even with the Steel Curtain, you know what I'm saying? With the Steelers, those are great defenses. Now, play like to be honest with you, the NFL can care less about defense. They put so much emphasis on offense these days that defenses don't matter. All they want to see is points put up because that's what's going to fill up seats at the end of the day. Nobody cares about defense. Why do you think that? Like the last defensive player to win MVP. Now I'm not even talking about Super Bowl MVP. I'm just talking about MVP of the league. Who was it? You couldn't tell. Like who was the last defensive player to win MVP? You couldn't say. Okay, who was the last offensive player to win MVP? Terrell Davis, running back from the Broncos. Who was the second last player to win MVP, non-quarterback? LT, running back from the Chargers, LaDainian Thompson. After that, it's just been quarterback, 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 quarterback. It's sickening. Like I feel sorry for those players because they put up as much effort as they do on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come the NFL can't just change it for once? Like, Calvin Johnson should have won MVP. You know what I'm saying? Or Des Bryant when he caught those 14 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like what the quarterback does is good enough already. Like quarterbacks are going to throw over for 4,000 yards. Quarterbacks is going to throw for 50 touchdowns. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks coming out this college, coming out of college that's going to, throw for certain yards or throw for certain touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? But is that really more interesting than a defensive player? Like for me, I was a defensive end in high school. You know what I'm saying? So for me, getting sacks or getting, pancakes or, just swatting the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt more loosely on defense than I did on offense because, the coach saw me as a wide receiver because I was long and tall, I had long hands. But then again, I didn't necessarily have the speed. You know what I'm saying? So they said that, we're just going to move you to the defensive end. They tried me at defensive tackle. I didn't work. They switched me around the linebacker. I didn't work. So the coach said that, okay, Walter, we're going to put you in defensive end, see how you work there. And I blossomed. I never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the starter, but, I was second. You know what I'm saying? I was second in the depth chart. But due to my, I mean, obviously, I had a knack for basketball. I didn't necessarily like football, but due to my injury, I had to quit playing sports because they said that there was like a 99% chance that I might re-injure my leg again. So, I just had to walk away from the game, that I loved, obviously, which was basketball. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but I only played football for like one season, and then that was it. You know, I only gave it like one shot, and then that was it. And then I went back to basketball. But yeah, being a defensive player, you feel loosely. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have like it feels like you don't have the weight on your shoulders like you do on the offense. Because offensively, you have to score. If you mess up, there's no redos. I mean, obviously there's redos, but it's crucial. You know what I'm saying? Like every possession counts on offense. Defensively, you can mess up and you can play a little. You can live to play another down. But offensively, you have to score on every possession because if you let their defensive unit come back on the field, you're toast. But but I mean, like I said before, man, to compare Patrick Mahomes to Michael Jordan, just stop. Like I'm to the point where you know sports is irrelevant these days. You know what I'm saying? Like I now I understand why people do what they do. You know, when they say, "Oh, you're a bandwagon," it's not that they're a bandwagon. It's just that sports is not sports anymore. And I can vouch for basketball. Basketball is not the same no more. They don't play like how they did it 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Same with football. Football is not the same no more. You know, like if you look back at the 2007 season, it's way different from what they're playing right now. You know, like 2007, you probably know most of those guys back then. Right now, I couldn't even tell you half of the players on the Giants roster or any type of roster. I couldn't name you like back then. I can name you like 10 people right off the bat on each roster, whether they're superstars or stars. Today, I couldn't name you one. I could probably name you like three. That's how relevant football is. It's losing its touch. It's losing its grip. Yeah, football will always be America's team. You know what I'm saying? But it's not globalized. It's not, like it's only popular within the United States, which is the sad part. Because as a company, you have to grow within the business. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to put, sports in every venue. You know what I'm saying? Don't just rely on the American public. Because the American public don't know shit. They really don't. You know, like if you go to Japan and you say to people in Chinese, like, do you know who Tom Brady is? They'll look at you like you crazy. But as soon as you say you know who Derrick Rose is, oh, I know Derrick Rose. He came to my show and this and that and the third. And, we were playing, 1v1, not how people say these days 1v1. So just really saying one versus one. But anyways, yeah, yeah, me and his kids was playing and he's good, like he's really, really good and stuff like that. Why? Because he's recognized. You go to India, Singapore, any of these countries you go to, they'll know who Derrick Rose is. But as soon as you mention Tom Brady, they'll say, who? Who's that? My point exactly. So stop comparing basketball players to football players. Now, if you were to compare him to Tom Brady, sure, I'm all about it because they both play the same position. Obviously, Tom Brady's much older, but still, they both play the same position. Now, if you want to say that will Patrick Mahomes reach Tom Brady's level, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But don't compare him to Michael Jordan. Don't compare him to LeBron James. Next thing you know, they're gonna freaking compare him to Kawhi Leonard. Like, like what's next, man? Like, people just lost it with sports. I mean, that's what happens when sports is unwatchable and untalkable. You talk about stupid stuff that like you have no business doing. Like they didn't, like think about it. They didn't talk about this in the 80s, 90s. They didn't say, oh, well, like John Madden didn't say, oh, well, you know, is Joe Montana on type, is John Montana on, you know, on Charles Barkley level, you know what I'm saying? Or Michael Jordan level. Like they never, like that's what I respected about sports back then. Like they never tried to compare sports to their opposition. You know what I'm saying? Like they stuck within themselves. Now, if they were to say that, can some up and coming superstar quarterback can live up to Joe Montana, then okay. But now it's gotten to a point where sports is just like they mesh sports together so much that you can't talk about one topic from disrespecting the other topic. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking about one topic, put it into context. Don't say, oh well, this player can, be like can Patrick Mahomes be what Michael Jordan is to basketball? You can't say that because basketball you could dominate the game in two different ways. Football you can only control one aspect. One. It's not like as soon as Patrick Mahomes scored, he's gonna go right back on defense. Like Patrick Mahomes, what you doing? I'm playing middle linebacker. Nigga, get your ass on the bench. You ain't playing no goddamn middle linebacker. You a quarterback. You gonna get your ass popped. My point exactly. One possession, one unit. That's why it's apples to oranges. Like it just drives me crazy every time that these analysts or whoever writes these damn topics are forced to talk about it because that's how they make their money and that's how the business of of sports are forced to take you know grows. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they don't want to talk about it, but obviously they do have a meeting room and they do talk about or they think about subjects to, talk about on the show. You know what I'm saying? Or if they don't like the subject, they can just, scribble it off and, you know, think about something else to talk about. But if it's a touchy subject that'll push people's buttons, they'll talk about it. Or if it's a topic that'll get a few ratings, they'll talk about it. But like y'all need to stop. Y'all just need. I mean, not y'all the viewers, but just the people behind the topics. Just talk about something about that. Like just talk about something relatable. Like I said again, if they were to talk about Patrick Mahomes reaching Tom Brady's level, I would understand that. I wouldn't be here ranting about the same damn bull crap over and over and over. But since they want to throw Michael Jordan, like they even try to compare Tom Brady and Michael Jordan. I mean that's just how bad sports is in these days. This is exactly why. I mean, this is exactly why for all y'all bandwagon fans out there, shout out to y'all because I can see why people wear different types of jerseys now. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, Snoop Dogg wearing different types of jerseys. It's not because he's a bandwagon. It's just, he loves, the sport of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like why rock just one jersey? I know he's from LA. You don't expect him to wear everything LA. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a superstar, he'd be rocking with it. If it's a Saquon Barkley's jersey, he'd be rocking with it. Even though he's not from New York, well, actually New Jersey, but even though he's not from New York, he'll still be rocking Fred. Um, he'd be rocking a Fred Taylor jersey. You know what I'm saying? He'd be rocking a Sean Taylor jersey. He'd be rocking Peyton Manning jersey. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he has the love of the sport. You know what I'm saying? For me, I always thought that, oh my God, this dude is a bandwagon. All he does is just, you know, wear jerseys from different type of teams. You know what I'm saying? Just like how John Cena used to come out. He used to wear the Patrick Ewing's jersey, and after that, he used to wear the Larry Bird jersey, and after that, he wore like the Paul Pierce jersey. It's because he's a fan of the sport. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he don't have a favorite team. He's just a fan of the sport. He loves the sport. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But tell me in the comment section down below. I mean, it's not even a question to be honest with you. Like, I'm not even gonna let it. I'm not even gonna let it slide. It's not a question because there's no comparison. Now, the comparison is, I'll make my own comparison. Will Patrick Mahomes reach Tom Brady's level? The answer is no. Because in order for the Chiefs to reach the Patriots status, they're going to have to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether it's letting, a certain key player go, so have it. If that's willing, if that's going to keep the core together, that's how they have to eat. A lot of people are going to have to take pay cuts in order for that, to stick. Just like how Miami Heat did it. You know what I'm saying? Bosh, Wade, LeBron, they all took pay cuts to keep the team together. And that's how they were able to win 2 championships. Same thing with the Chiefs. Like you can't pay them all. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Watkins is gonna have to go. I'm saying like you're gonna have to you're gonna have to let another star defensive end or linebacker or whatever have you go. Tyrann Mathieu will probably have to go. So your defense is gonna get weaker, even though you bring in rookies and undrafted free agents or in free agents. There's still that void cannot be filled because Tyrann Mathieu is just that type of leader and that type of competitor. And I was a huge LSU fan, so I know him from afar. I don't know him personally, but I know him from his days in LSU. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that type of animal. You know what I'm saying? Like if he didn't get into all these legal troubles and stuff like that, I pretty sure think that he would have been the first free safety in the draft, the first non-all quarterback to go in the draft, to enter the draft first. He would have been that good, but obviously he fell. Arizona Cardinals picked him up. They teamed him with Patrick Peterson, who also went to LSU. So it was like a little, because I wanted my Giants to pick him, but obviously him and Odell had his little beef. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't like Odell, and Odell didn't like him. So, I mean, and then when I actually bought 2K16, I believe, and Odell Beckham Jr. was on the cover, I actually made that trade. You know, Tyrann Mathieu didn't make my defense a lot better. I think he made it worse. But yeah, that's another story for a different day. But y'all can let me know. But like I said, uh, Patrick Mahomes is not going to reach Tom Brady's level. I think you would need I think you would need like a bold quarterback, like a Andrew Luck type. You know what I'm saying? To get that done. I don't see Patrick Mahomes as that type to capture championship after championship after championship because even though their division is weak, their conference is no joke. The AFC conference is no joke. You still got Big Ben coming back. You know what I'm saying? You got the Jets getting better with their defense. The Bills, the Titans, the Texans getting better. You know what I'm saying? So you just got so many different opponents, and now you got different schemes and new players coming in and out. So it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be hard, but it's gonna be hard to adjust to that. Because unlike like every Super Bowl opponent or every Super Bowl winner, they always have a harder schedule. Now you can't necessarily say, okay, we're gonna make the Chiefs schedule hard so they can't repeat. They did it to my Giants. When we won the 2008 Super Bowl, we had the hardest schedule in the schedule in the league. When we won it again in 2011, we had the fifth hardest schedule in the league. So now, if you look at our schedule this year, it looks like we just came fresh off a damn Super Bowl win. Like right off the bat, we facing the Steelers, and after that, we facing the Bears. Like we facing two good defenses, and the Steelers' defense wasn't really that bad last year neither. So they're just gonna get better. Because that's the thing about defenses. Defenses don't decline. Offenses do. Defenses just get better and better and better. Look at the Jets. Jets had like the 10th ranked defense in the league. You think that they're gonna get better or worse? You be the judge. But like, comment, subscribe. Like again, if you feel like if you feel if you feel like Patrick Mahomes can surpass Tom Brady and MVPs and championships, then leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.